we're going to get into it in a little bit. But the niggas said randomly, he said, yo, my son probably live in a bigger room than the room you're in. Don't make it because my little window is like here. Nigga, I got 2 apartments. I got cars you can't even name. Nigga, I just bought a house. Cash. So when I flexed on a nigga, you see, niggas ain't used to bloggers actually talking their shit. Nigga, I'm Akademiks. Yo, Freddie Gibbs, you like one of them little secular weird niggas. I'm Akademiks. The biggest artists, they all communicate with me. You're Freddie Gibbs. Like, nigga, we can't name a song. So anyway, you know, because there's a lot of Twitter hates me. I kid you not. I mean, he was gaining. So anyway, I challenged that nigga. I said, if you really think that your son's room is bigger than where I'm at, let me just tell you what I just did. The $2 million crib is here. Damn near 8,000 square feet. I guarantee you and your son don't live in 8,000 square feet. Everybody said I was dissing him. Why are you talking about? I'm like, y'all didn't see it. He just said he brought up his son. I didn't know he had a son. Nobody give a fuck. This is what it is. Nobody gives a fuck about what the lame no-name niggas. That's why I realized, and by the way, salute to my man Justice from LVRN. He was on Everyday Struggle. He told me, say, yo, he's like, you're a little bit too high profile. You need to start subliminally dissing niggas. I'm like, that's not my style. I just diss niggas. He's like, when you go that far in, it doesn't help you. And I'm like, bro, I'm a media personality. It does help me. But what I realized is that when I'm going against a nigga like Freddie Gibbs, who sold more t-shirts dissing me than he sold albums, I can't win. The nigga sold more. Justice, he's one of the owners of LVRN. They signed Black. They signed Summer Walker. Please watch Everyday Struggle. All my chat niggas, please, even if it's just for me, go watch 5 minutes of Everyday Struggle every day for me. Hit the like button. Comment something about the chat niggas. You could dip. It's fine. It's valuable to our movement. But he was kind of right, because what that created, I wasn't expecting. The nigga was trying to flex on me. I flexed on him. And ever since then, he was making memes, and nobody cared what he was talking to me about in the first place. He started by bringing up his family, saying his son lives in a bigger room than what I was like, fucking my situation here. I flexed on that bum to the max. He lucky I ain't even get more disrespectful. I got cars that got more space in that bum ass nigga's room. But I didn't even say that. I just kind of kept it true. But you know what happened? Everyone's like, oh my God. You know why? Because, and this is going to get into the conversation. By the way, no, it's a shirt. Not by coincidence. Most of these niggas is broke as shit. These rappers are broke as shit. So, like, when a blogger talks shit, it's like, yo, what is he doing? But in reality, like, yo, the rappers don't get money. I'm going to get to Joe Budden. I love Joe. Joe has made more money as a podcaster than he did as a rapper. Ask him. Ask him. So if Joe had a 10-plus year career as a rapper and a less than 5-year career as a media personality, he's made more money doing media than rapping, what are these other niggas talking about? That was the point. Anyway, people ain't willing to hear that because, you know, it's all about playing your role in hip-hop. You know, it's like the rapper is a super rich guy. You know, most producers got more money. Anyway, who cares about it? It's neither here nor there. But I realized that quickly with Freddie Gibbs. And by the way, you know, I give it to him. Like, yo, the nigga capitalized fully to the max off of it. And that's why I had to stop responding. Whether niggas say I lost or whatever, I just couldn't respond to the nigga no more because I wasn't gaining nothing, and this was the most attention he's ever gotten in his life. I can't win. I'm not getting nothing out of it. But yeah, that's what that was. And by the way, you know, I even told him today on Everyday. I'm like, y'all can bring Freddie Gibbs up here. I would like to talk to him, but I don't think he likes to debate because, like, the things he was trying to say against me isn't facts. He's good with memes. Which, by the way, I got to hire, like, a little meme crew for my chat niggas. Because when niggas start beefing with us, like facts stop mattering at a certain point when the niggas getting too many memes off. When a nigga's just keeping it light with the memes, facts don't matter no more. I mean, think about it. It's the same thing with Drake and Meek. Meek over here was mad as fuck, like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, he don't write his rhymes. Here's a reference track. Here's this. Yo, I'm the streets. I'm in the trenches. And niggas just, like, put a bunch of memes, and they were like, yeah, nigga, you look like a clown. Drake got a hot song. Peace. Lost. Anyway, it is what it is. What was I talking about just before that? Lena the Plug dissed, bro. I don't know why Lena would be dissing whatever. I really don't want to engage too much in that. Like, I've kind of left that alone. No disrespect, but you could hate me or love me, but Adam 22 has made the most money this year after he's beef with me. Because all he's done is create content that has to do with our one interaction. You can say whatever you want. You could hate me all you fucking want. That's just fucking facts. The same person I was talking about, they're getting a whole podcast. Little House Cat, the nigga is making a diss album on me. What? Everything is reacting to. But it's neither here nor there. As Drake said, I'm tired of helping my enemies eat, so I really won't react to anything more they're saying. But for all the people who are calling me crazy when they're like, yo, Ack was just shouting and acting crazy, I hope you understand what I was talking about. There's no accountability over there on what's being put out, whether it's true or not, whose livelihood, whose lives is being ruined. You know why? Whether y'all want to admit it or not, when the conversation of the Charlemagnes, the Joes, the Me's come up, there are other people too, Sway, other creators also coming up, they don't mention homie. Like, when you white, you be on some friend shit. You could do all type of weird shit. It's cool. I can't do that. So, again, get it how you live it. But I just like to point out the hypocrisy in how people see shit. So, I really don't care. You get me? And by the way, I'm also, I just feel like I deserve a little bit of a shout out and some respect for giving, Adam was having videos with like 8,000 views after 2 weeks. Like, niggas was watching this shit. He found something you can milk. You know why? Because I'm just a genuine person. I don't give a fuck. Like, I had some shit to get off my chest. I got it off. If you want to make 1 million videos on it, okay, you could. If it's helping pay the bills, if it's paying house. And that's the thing, House Cat, I probably gave you a raise in the last whatever. So I can't beef with you. You should probably tell me thanks. So it's whatever. I have no more interest in going back and forth with those individuals. I think my point was proven. And I think from here on out, we will watch. We're watching someone empower people to ruin other people's lives who happen to all be African American. And I'm watching the accountability that the rap audience and the hip-hop audience holds over that person. Because if it was me, some of the accountability that people throw on me when it comes to 6ix9ine, even if I'm out there publicly saying I don't agree with 6ix9ine, they'll say, well, you post them. And the accountability comes with that. Yet we could look at other people who I would say aren't within the culture. They could do whatever. There's zero accountability. But that's a topic for another day. Recently, I've been, chilling, watching everything that's going on. Again, Lil Ack is releasing Uber Eats Freestyle September 4th. we'll talk about 6ix9ine and what he's releasing, and we'll talk about YoungBoy, what he's releasing, a couple of things. But I'm releasing from our rap alter ego. Just a little freestyle. I was supposed to drop the Cloud Chaser 2 mixtape, but like, you know that song I like? That's coming up. I'm going to try to drop it at the end of September. I got to get mixed and mastered. I'll do it for you. By the way, I connected with DDG recently. Anybody like DDG in here? Somebody says Drake is dropping. I don't know. Drake would have posted by now. But who knows? He might be dropping. You know, I'm seeing him post in the last 2 hours just a bunch of Nike shit. Nigga might be doing Nike commercial. Which should I oh yeah, I'm fucking DDG? Okay, well anyway, you know, I appreciate that DDG, he's going forward and he's trying to create music and branch out from being just a YouTuber. Like, I supported DDG. Congrats. You know, I know a lot of you guys, y'all are mentioning like, yo, he's broke spiritually. I started doing my little homework on it because I honestly, you remember that time when like I was talking to DDG and like, yo, we were like, I guess beefing, I don't know, or I had no idea who he was. I didn't know, like, I know y'all watched like all these black YouTubers, but I never watched black 2K YouTubers or black vloggers, really. So I didn't know that y'all was really fucking heavy with Soluminati. Flight's lit right now, right? Fredo, 2 times. Annoying is my friend. But like, you know, just other creators that you know, either vlog or they like stream, whatever. I got put onto game. And by the way, that's my fault, you know? Because even though I'm in hip-hop and I'm only thinking rap shit, again, I come from the YouTube community. I do stream. For me not to be in the know, that's extremely not knowledgeable and just, like, ignorant, okay? Somebody says, No Life Shaq. I don't know too much about him. Yeah, Flight's also dropped an album tonight. I like that. I like, yo, us YouTubers, yo, you know why I talk like that to Lil Tracy and, like, you know, Adam was like, fucking, oh, my God, you think you're... Like, yo, Adam, shut the fuck up, nigga. Like, you know why I said that, bro? Because Flight Reacts is hotter than 30% of rappers. Flight Reacts is 20 times hotter than Smoke Purp right now. Right now. No label support. He's dropping the shit on a free DSP. He's not dropping through Alamo Records like Smoke Purp. Bro, I can see what's hot. So when niggas is going off names and this and that, bro, I know what's hot. I know what the people want. I hope Flight registered his album that's coming out well, because he'll probably make the charts. He's that hot. He's hotter than Perp. And Perp been in this shit for a minute. But I could tell. Because you know what happens? Us creators and us YouTubers, there's a different ecosystem that supports us. There's been times I've been super hot on a YouTube level, and honestly, I think that introduced me to the industry rap level. Now I think, you know, everybody knows me on YouTube, but do I think I'm at my peak in litness on YouTube? No. Now, here's the thing. Bigger bags come with just be known in real life, at least in my avenue. But still, like, yo, I know what the fuck is going on. When I was saying what I was saying about Lil Tracy, I was likening what people want versus, yo, some of these rappers ain't hot at all. Flight will outsell both Lil Tracy and Young Bands and Smoke Purp. All three of them. All trio niggas combined. He's that lit, bro. I'm sorry. He's just that lit. Right now, the youth, the kids, the people who watch his video, who watch his streams, they fuck with him. Somebody said that's an alcoholic talking. No, it's not. What y'all don't know is some of the shit that I talk even to rappers is not because like, oh yeah, I just got this back. No. It's because a lot of these niggas aren't really hot. They're waiting on the label to create their hotness. Like a YouTuber like DDG, like KSI, these niggas are on fire. Their labels don't do too much for them. DDG's dropping songs that his vlog audience is just copping consistently. KSI is monetizing the audience that he used to be making fucking rape faces and all the shit he apologized for years ago. He's capitalizing on, at that time I think he had like 14, 15 million subscribers. These rappers don't have a base. So when I say certain things, it's not like, even with me, it's not like bragging. It's because we know what the reality is. I'm telling you, Flight is hotter than 30 to 40% of rappers. We could go off of YouTubers. I could tell you that G Herbo's baby mama, Ari, off of the Shade Room and just her capturing the female audience, she's the female young boy. I might lose some of y'all. Because some of y'all are so, y'all are programmed by what you see, which is a lot of times paid for. Which, by the way, now I got to shout out to my man, So Illuminati, because even though I don't have to watch all his content, nor do I have to agree with all the shit he's talking about, but he at least started having some success and then start to look beyond the smoke and mirrors. He started to realize about energy. He started looking to real audiences, core audiences, not just what was being fed to him. That's important. What I'm saying right here, some of y'all might not get. But this is the reason why when I hear a lot of your... Listen, put it like this. If Smoke Perp did a song with Flight right now, Smoke Perp should pay Flight $15,000. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all gonna be like, what? Flight is beyond his level of litness. You won't get it. If Soul Illuminati ever wanted to make a conscious album, it would go crazy. If somebody even wrote his bars and he came out spitting like J. Cole on some super woke shit, 15,000 first week. Facts. Y'all don't realize it. That's why I'm so glad that me and DDG, we made amends with whatever issue we had. Because in reality, I'm so proud of him. These rappers, they're lost. They don't know even what their fan base is. Youngboy knows what his fan base is. Not every rapper. Every rapper is a lot of times relying on their label to create it. Anyway, I digress. You know, we just speaking tonight. But we do have to advance our conversation and go into some other shit. Has anyone kept up with the Joe Budden shirt? I never wore the shirt. I made about 1,000 of these shirts for Complex Con, the very first one. Joe did not show up because of first one. Joe did not show up because of contractual issues with Complex, but also his baby mama, Sin, at the time was having a baby shower, which ironically fell on the weekend. He never showed up. Me and Adeska, we held it down. By the way, I also want to point out and let y'all know, I love my co-host currently, Wayno. This shirt is not meant to disrespect his presence, his contribution to the show. We still do the show, even if you don't know, you want to act dumb. Wayno is my co-host. He does a good job. He gets better every day. I try to push him. He try to push me. Nadeska is my sister. She tries. We all try. Okay? I'm not here, and I've never been the one to throw shade, diss people I work with, because this is This was always my motto. In content creation, because I've been a solo content creator. I started making content in like 2010, 2011, 12. Started getting noticed. A couple of videos went viral. 2013, I did some shit on the Yeezus album, how bad it was, and more people like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? Why you so passionate? And I kept going, and Warren Chirac, and then Meat Beef, and I think that really put me on, like, because I was the main person covering that shit. And that's still 2 years before Complex. I've been an independent, dolo content creator. I never leaned on no one. No one ever carried me. I wasn't no one's lackey. I wasn't a yes man just on camera getting whatever. I wasn't basically the dick sucker for a paycheck like Little House Cat. I was Akademiks trying to build something when I had zero idea what it could be. Now, I'm telling you why I say that. Let me explain why I say that. Because when I got to Everyday Struggle, of course I had my own motives. I felt I was so lit on the YouTube side of things. I told y'all, and I could say publicly now, for 7 straight months before I even got on Everyday Struggle, I was making well over $100,000 on YouTube. I remember, and by the way, this might even might factor into some of the stuff I will say, because I don't even think Joe understood how lucrative YouTube was. Because I remember him trying to convince me of either a podcast or some other shit, and he's like, yo, you could be making like money that could change your life. And I remember him mentioning a price, and I looked at him and I said, that's what I make that on YouTube. I didn't collect a check from Everyday Struggle, from Complex, for straight 8 months. I was killing. Once 2016 hit, y'all know, Ak was the king. I still think I'm the king. But I actually think the kingdom is in disarray right now. So, I need to get the kingdom back in at least the news part of shit, I know my lane. But that was my thought. And I was watching someone, and he was watching me. I was new to creating content on that level in terms of being in front of a real camera, this and third. My nigga, I was recording YouTube videos in my boxers with my girlfriend in the other room sleeping. And I don't even know if I was drinking. Sometimes I was drinking, sometimes I was not. But basically I was hovering around like the living room, which my little station was at. And I did it for usually 18 hours a day. And whether there was a quick news or anything that happened in Chicago or happened in rap, I would run and do it 5 minutes later. That was my little edge. Hell plug, yes, I had a girlfriend at that point. And yeah. I still miss her, and I still feel bad because I left her once I got a little popular. I don't know if I paid my debts to her. I mean, Steve Stops called me. I'm gonna ignore it for y'all. I love y'all. I'm gonna text him. I'm on stream. Stream on Twitch. Okay, I told him I'm going to stream on Twitch. Let me know if it's an emergency. Anyway, yeah, if you want to know the girlfriend thing, I never really, I allude to her, but I don't, she, I think about all the people these days who's this clout chase off my name, and, there's women who, their whole career is their stories about men they've been with, men they've fucked. And I look at that, and sometimes, these stories make me look bad, or sometimes I'm really embarrassed about some of the stories that they're telling, or even sometimes the lies they're telling. And then I kind of think about the girl that I was with all before this. She didn't have social media, I promise you. I feel so bad about it, honestly, still. She had no social media. She was playing the background. She was just supporting me. She understood that I was working a lot. I didn't like going out too much. And I am to blame that once fame hit, I wanted to see aspects of fame that led me astray from her. I tried to make it up to her once we did break up. I paid her rent for like a year or so. I gave her a bunch of money. I don't know if that really, made her whole, because it was clear to me that she was thinking of a future. Since then, I've experienced everything that comes with fame and money, in terms of you get the most beautiful girls, you get the most whorish bitches, you get anything you want. I ain't gonna lie to you, my shit look like TSA. I fly out. Like if you look at my shit, you would be like, yo, this nigga got like 5 flights a week. Still, with all that, with the headaches, the drama, the bullshit, the fakeness, everything that's come with it, you sit back and think, was it worth it? Now, one says, well, it might be worth it because you had to go through that, because you would have never been okay if you didn't. But also, you get to realize you've met the fakest motherfuckers in life. Just to say that, okay? But anyway, I'm kind of carrying on the story. Back to what I was saying. So this is all before Everyday Struggle. I felt I was maxing out on what YouTube was. I've always wanted to, I looked up to Charlemagne, I looked up to Star, Big Boy Sway. I looked up to a lot of radio legends, Wendy Williams also, to me is a GOAT. I wanted to make a bigger move, and when the Complex opportunity came, I definitely jumped on it. Now, this is not a Complex review, and really, I'm here to talk about my man right here. But, at that point, I don't know, he was in his journey in being a media personality, someone who quit rap like not too long before, because he was a year removed from that. He was chasing kids down with rocks. He made multiple diss tracks at Drake. And I remember going into Complex, I had Joe blocked, Joe had me blocked, I had Nadeska blocked, she had me blocked. We all had to unblock each other. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. But I guess what I said that to say was that literally I was learning things. I was never too big on money when it comes to a company paying me, because it was always evident to me that I could always make more by myself than with them. I'm super transparent more than anyone you know, including Joe, and he knows that. I built myself off here. I wasn't a rapper that was signed to Def Jam, so I have no problem telling you certain shit that he may resist. It wasn't for the paycheck that I did Everyday Struggle at first. No. And definitely wasn't for the paycheck for him either. Definitely, too. But I will say that I had my own goals and he had his own goals. Now, he subsequently left Complex because of Spotify. Spotify came in, and if you want to believe what he said, and I kind of believe it too, they were watching his podcast and they saw him do like these little sleeper picks and stuff. Everyday Struggle was doing good, and they wanted to sponsor Everyday Struggle. Keep in mind, Spotify is a DSP that is competing with Apple. Apple at the time was spending a ton of money to catch up to Spotify, but Spotify still had the bigger market advantage because they started first. Remember, Apple went through It was Beats Music, and then Dr. Dre and them, they sold their shit, and then whatever. Like after a bunch of sells and this and third, and Jimmy IV and leaving, it turned into Apple Music, right? So all this is important, and some of y'all might be like, yo, what are you talking about? I don't give a fuck. I'm giving you a little bit of context on how I see everything going on here now. And I'm not here to either bash my homie Joe. And I know I say homie, I think we have a decent relationship. We haven't talked as much as you would think after we've left Complex. But I've always understood Joe in why he would think the way he would think. Not always completely understood him and how he would move the way he moved. So, the short story, Spotify offered a bunch of money to Complex for us to do some Friday shows. Joe quickly realized, like, yo, I think Spotify fucks with us. They want me and you, Ak. These were the conversations. They don't really give two fucks about Complex. Now it came down to splits of the money. Why is Complex getting the lion's share of it? We should be getting that. Now, there was contracts, there's this and third. I won't get into this because this is not my fight to fight. But he ended up leaving. When he left, I took a lot of flack from everybody. Yo, I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't do this. And Joe is my guy. But I do want to say to the audience that follows Joe, I love reading what y'all say because y'all are laughable. I'll leave it there. Anyway, Joe gets to Spotify, and just to update the story, it's now apparent that Joe is leaving Spotify. I don't want to get too much into it. I'm not the person who speaks on other people's business. I don't like to do that. I would like to speak to the person who's doing the business, if we're cool, because it could help me in my future business. But I'm not the person who sits back in Monday morning, quarterback some shit, especially about business that I don't know. And I guess this is why, if you're wondering, okay, so why are you even talking about this? Well, I remember when Joe not only went to the Breakfast Club, which I addressed on here before, and he fell back, and I was very happy that he did because I love Joe. But, through the whole Complex shit, when Joe left, and everybody's killing Complex, I remember talking to Complex, say, yo, why don't y'all put out a statement like, yo, if y'all are telling me this, y'all sent me the emails that this went on, and he's saying something else, why the fuck y'all don't say something? This is looking, yo, I'm on a show, and yes, my chat niggas is going to show up daily. They're going to show love, but even if they're showing love, it looks like they're almost caught in the middle because they started liking Joe too. They don't like y'all. Clarify what's going on. Nothing happened. So I sat there on Everyday Struggle while I remained to be there. And by the way, it's always important. It's very important. And this is, I guess, part of what I'm saying. It's very important in what I'm saying, as everybody likes to look at me as, yo, he's this drunk, rambling dude on Twitch. Please don't get it fucked up. Akademiks got his business in order. And this is why I always laugh at Joe's little audience, because they just think it's just Joe is the mastermind and everybody else is lost in the shuffle. Please always remember, when I move, when I'm negotiating, the chat niggas will be represented. And it's yet to even come to the point where I got to tell the chat niggas, oh, we're not fucking with them. Chat, have I told y'all that? Like, yo, oh, hey, go send hate to Twitch. Go send hate to Complex. No. Let's be very clear. Because this is, I see this thing constantly happening. And I just like to point shit out. Everything I ask Complex for, again, I can't negotiate for Joe. Joe is his own man. And by the way, I'm going to give Joe a huge compliment soon as well. So this is not a Joe diss. I'm going to get it to Stooges, but Joe, doing the whole thing with Complex, with Joe and them, and me and them, and Joe knows this as a fact. Me and him talked about what we both wanted from that company. Now, let's just assume we were both telling the truth. I'll leave that as that too. What I told him I wanted and what he agreed that I deserved, I got. Make no fucking mistake about it. This is why I got mad at Joe for even saying what he said. When he was like, oh, Ak was scared to leave. No, nigga, it wasn't scared to leave. They gave me what I wanted. The thing I told you that I wanted, and the thing you told me that I deserved, they said, here, take it. I didn't sit here. Oh, skip the ad. No, my bad. Hold on. For the niggas who said skip the ad, nigga. Hold up, nigga. Hold this ad. No, I'm playing. That's Twitch. Anyway, real talk though. No, it's not a move on type of thing. Because oftentimes, you know, I've taken a lot of arrows from a lot of niggas and definitely an audience in this like hip hop shit, and they all chalk it up to be like, yo, Ak is just a dumbass drunk nigga rambling on Twitch, and he's in his mama's basement, and everybody is this super genius that's getting mad money. And then when I flex on niggas, they be like, yo, wait, why you flexing? You said I was broke just in my mama's basement. Like, I can't fucking win. They either say I'm fucking broke in my mama's basement, I'm just rambling on Twitch playing video games. I tell them otherwise, they'll be like, why this nigga talking mad shit? Oh, what could I do? So, I like to point out these things. If it was ever questionable, the reason why I stayed with Complex, what I asked for, I got. If it was ever questionable, when I hear many people, oh, yo, why is he like drunk on Twitch? Me and Twitch have a really great partnership. I will leave that at there. I will leave that there. NDAs would say, do not speak more about it. But I'm just not rambling on here. My chat knows because I mentioned it before. I'm not just rambling on here. And by the way, keep in mind, how many people got in here? 3,100 people? You think I can't get 10,000, 15,000 people going on YouTube? You don't think so? You don't think so? Don't blame me. I could. It's the reason why I'm on Twitch. But when people see me, because I don't be talking that shit, they just throw me to the side. Oh my God, like, yo, Ak is just a rambling drunk on Twitch. Very false. I don't like to mention figures or digits, but trust me, me and Twitch, we have a great relationship. I'll leave that there. So the two things that niggas was used to call me dumb on, right? Like, yo, you're actually dumb. You just stayed at Complex. I told niggas why I stayed at Complex. They said Revolt was trying to holler at you and Joe. Revolt never came to me. What do I look like? The albino nigga and the washed up nigga? The two stooges? Ruri and Maul? No, nigga. You can't, like, I love Joe, but he can't negotiate nothing for me. I'm a grown-ass man. If you want me, come holler at me. I got a whole lawyer. You can't talk to him and then they tell me. So the mere fact that I didn't do that, y'all ain't want me. I'm good. I'll get to that part too. So yeah, that's Twitch. That's whatever. But I was on live recently with Joe. Maybe Joe was misinformed. Listen, Joe, I know you're out of Spotify. Holla at me. I'll bring you over here to Spotify. I won't mention his name, but I have you sit down with the head of music over here. They might have an offer for you. I don't know. I'm only clarifying shit because little niggas like to little nigga me. And I don't appreciate it. But really, again, I respect Joe. So this is never about Joe. We give him to the time. By the way, I have some comments still about Joe, but it's really about the Ruri and Maul nigga. Because I was watching and listening to Joe talk about him leaving Spotify. And them little stooges sound like they had no fucking idea of nothing about negotiation. You know what that told me? Look at Drake. What's going on with Drake? Drake ain't dropping. Stop fucking playing me. Oh yeah, I'll cut this whole story short. I don't really give two fucks about it. This is just content. This is just content. I ain't gonna lie to you. Did Drake drop? Oh my god. No, he ain't dropped. Yo, Grant Wizard, stop playing me. Grant Wizard, I love you, but I'll ban you for 24 hours, nigga, if you keep playing me like this. Anyway, I was on live with Joe not too long, and he said, yo, why do you keep dissing Rory and Maul? You know why, Joe? Them niggas are your stooges and your workers. Rory's name might as well be Cam Girl. And the other nigga named Meal or Maul, his name might as well be House Cat. You know why? They're your employees. Spotify don't give two fucks about them. They're negotiating with you, Joe. You the boss. You're the boss. With all due respect, and I love you, I couldn't have followed you to Revolt with you being the boss negotiating for me. Because I make different decisions. I'm a man. I got a mom. Got a lawyer. I got people who rely on me. I got a whole platform. I got to make decisions, not you. So I'm listening to the stooges basically. I don't know if they agree with you or they're just like ad-libbing. But I'm like, okay, so y'all niggas, y'all niggas is out the fold. But I'm hearing Joe. I do want to say this. So the gist is, the too long to digest version is, Joe's leaving Spotify after he left Complex, and I know he did State of the Culture, he did Love and Hip Hop, but like, you know, his next real big thing was the podcast popping off. And by the way, if you ask me, I think the podcast popped off after it was, not, you know, the Drake thing was before, but like, when he gave a platform to empower creators and went against Complex, that was the podcast. And a lot of people said, all right, cool. Complex is a demon. We're going to Joe over the podcast. That's what happened. Again, I'm not Complex. I can't defend these motherfuckers. Yeah. I do want to say, I think Joe is so talented that Joe could go anywhere. He could always build and destroy. That's a talent. Joe helped and I heavily built what Everyday Struggle was, and it was nothing for him to say, fuck it, it's over. Y'all saw me on stream, like, I was so invested in shit, I was emotional. That is Joe. Joe is talented, I kid you not. The Stooges, this is why I said it's, they're not gonna say it, but them niggas is probably texting each other like, yo, man, what's up with, because he's your boss. Yeah, nobody negotiate with y'all. This is why I couldn't. If I'm not my own man, I can't rock with it. Joe could go to fucking any outlet and he'll create the same thing. But here's the thing: the moment he doesn't feel appreciated, he's out. Now, it's not my position to say what someone's worth is, this and third. So you won't get me either saying that, yo, he's wilding, this and third. I was interested, and by the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll be done with this rant in 5 minutes if you want something else. But if you do, these are my thoughts. It was interesting that, you know, while listening to the shit, I couldn't really tell if he was privy to all the stats and numbers that Spotify really knew. I also couldn't tell if he was likening himself to networks. This is one thing I think we have a problem with in the black community. We're good at being creators. We're good at being talent. We're not good at creating businesses. Now, I'm saying that, and also, while I'm pointing the finger there, that, you know, the thumb points back at you. I think DJ Akademiks is a fucking monster. I just gave Adam and No Jumper life for like 3 months right now. They about to milk that content because they were dying. Here's the kicker. You're a great personality, a great talent, but do you have a great business model? A lot of times people don't sell talent, they're selling business models. So when I hear, you know, I was listening to Joe and he was talking about The Ringer, he was talking about Gimlet. Those ain't talents. Those are business models. Business models that have acquired a bunch of IP, and I was like, makes sense. So I was watching him comparing himself, like, Joe, you're probably the best talent on the fucking Spotify exclusive list, or whatever the case is. But that's not what they're paying their money for. They're not paying for the talent. They're paying for the business. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I might be going over y'all heads. So as I was trying to understand it, by the way, this is my humble amateur look. And again, I'm going to be very careful because, yo, by the way, I think Joe is so great of a talent, and also he's great of a narrative spinner. He's going to be more than fine. Don't you worry about that one. But as I was listening to this shit, and he was throwing out certain monies that was offered to other people or whatever, I'm like, yeah, but y'all have one show. Yo, Gimlet came with like mad shows. In my humble opinion, if Joe, and by the way, you know, I wouldn't mention that. That's private, some private conversations. I would be so Team Joe, and by the way, I'm still Team Joe, because I still think that he's going to prove again that talent is the most important thing. But still, if Joe had a network that had like 5 to 7 other podcasts that was reasonably successful, I think the money he gets offered is astronomical. This is where it comes to the Stooges. The albino nigga, and then the other nigga who just don't do nothing. He's just like, I think he's the brother of some rap. I don't know what the fuck he does. Y'all haven't branched off of what, he's carrying y'all niggas. Branch off and make some shit. That's how you get a network, nigga. Everybody's selling network. Y'all selling a show. How about you branch off and make the albino and us friends? Or like me and my 2 albino niggas. Like, whatever the fuck you want to do, but I think if Joe goes to them and says, yo, we have a strong 8 shows that are a podcast. Yeah. So when he says something to the effect of, yeah, they offered a lot of money, but they wanted all our rights. Now, I'm all for ownership in that shit. By the way, let me be very clear with saying this, because this is one of the reasons why Joe left Complex. On the Sticks, I came up with. It's mirrored off my Twitch stream. I own On the Sticks. I license it to Complex. There are an amount of seasons that they are licensed to have if they pick up the option. After that, the entire IP returns to me. Niggas love to get like the dumb nigga like, yo, look at this dumbass thing on Twitch. Okay, don't let this Henny Bottle fool you, nigga. I'm just giving my humble opinion. You get them little stooges to get from under your ball sack and make some other shit. Y'all sell, I don't know, a Joe Budden network with 6 shows. That money looks a lot different. Check Drake's story. I'm checking right now. Stop trolling me about Drake, please. Please stop trolling me about Drake. Is that Rihanna? That's not Rihanna, is it? Is that merch? Who the fuck is this? Sway Lee. Okay, so some merch shit. I don't know what the fuck. Yo, somebody explain this shit to me. Anyway, the point is, as I was listening to that, I took Joe's comments as, number one, he's betting on his talent. Hold on, I'm a little blurry. Joe is one of the most talented media personalities we have. He could go anywhere. He's dragging them stooges with him. He'll find a home. He'll be fine. But then I also then come to the crossroads, and by the way, I'm a little bit different from Charlemagne, Joe, Sway, and a lot of the bunch when I hear or I've seen that Joe is consistently and repetitively running into situations where he feels a company is devaluing the input that he's given to them. I'll give you an example. When we got to Complex, they were at 1 million subscribers. In a space of 6 months, they went to 2 million. They were at 1 million that took them felt like 3 years to get. We get there, their news channel went to 2 million like this. Now that is value. I'm not sitting here to argue with this and third. But you've been through the rodeo before with a company like Complex not valuing you as how you feel you're valued. You then go to Spotify, and we're hearing the same thing. I then look at you, and only because I came from the independent route. Now, let's go back to what I told him when I met him. Oh, I'm already making $100,000 every month. If you're saying that's a bag, I'm making that already. It would dishearten me if Joe is still just looking around for another company to do the same thing to him rather than getting on Patreon, getting on YouTube, and doing it himself. Remember that. Remember those 3 things I'm saying. That's it. That's it. If I had a problem with Complex, and then say I worked with another company, and I had the same problem with them, keep in mind, the money I was making per month, even though I was hustling a lot, was more independently than I ever made with a fucking company. If I had a problem with the company and they weren't making shit easier, they weren't making my life easier, they weren't filling in the gaps, making me more free for other shit and other ventures, I would do it myself. So I guess, it's not my place to give Joe advice, but if you ask me what I'm thinking, I'm hoping at least at this point Joe isn't looking for someone to throw him a bag. If you got a problem with everybody, go independent. Stream your podcast on Twitch. Upload it on YouTube and other platforms. Have a Patreon. Do your live shows. You'll realize whatever bag that you claim, if you're really worth that much, that they didn't offer you what you're worth. If I ever feel like, yo, I'm being so disrespected and complex by what they're offering me, when I leave, I'm not leaving to go somewhere else. I'm going to do it on my fucking own. I was getting mad bread before them. So this is another thing that I like to put out to all of these little media niggas. You see, all you niggas came in with advances. That came in through labels or a media company or a radio station giving you a big check. I came in this shit month to fucking month. That's why you don't see me complaining. Because if my shit ain't right, I don't gotta complain to nobody. I just kind of say, all right, cool. If it ain't gonna be right, I'm leaving. And when I leave, I'm doing it my fucking self. Joe, I love you. To the Two Stooges, I would have some sympathy for you guys, but I seen you guys talk so crazy and try to be the aficionados of other people's deals. I would imagine that y'all would be the last people in this position. But y'all also sounded very lost to what Joe is talking about, which tells me y'all not negotiating for your fucking self. This is why I constantly bring up hired help and stooges. When the bosses are talking, pipe down. Okay? I only said all that to tell them niggas to shut the fuck up. Yeah. Joe, good luck. I know you're going to paint a masterpiece in terms of narrative when it comes to Spotify. I'm just glad that I'm not on the opposite end of that or the receiving end, or I'm not catching strays. I love you. And to be honest, a lot of times I agree with you in principle, but sometimes your ambitiousness and your evaluations could be whatever. Love you, though. I know y'all don't care. I just have to get off. Okay. What do y'all want to know about the 6ix9ine track listing? I don't know what songs are completely on 6ix9ine's album. I know about songs that should be on it. I don't know if there's going to be a deluxe. I don't know when they're coming out. I don't know necessarily, other than Gooba, which is already out. Trolls, already out. What else is already out? Gooba, Trolls, Yaya. I think, is Yaya on it? I would hope so. And Punani, 4 songs already out. See, a lot of people keep asking me, is Young Boy on the album? I don't know. I don't know if he's on the album. I don't know if he's on the deluxe. I don't know if he's on anything. Just wait and see. Just wait and see. You know, every artist, they have the method to their madness. Who knows? If you're expecting any feature, maybe they're not on the album, but they're on the deluxe. If you're expecting no features, maybe the album got all the features and the deluxe got none. Who knows? But we are still in the era of deluxes, so you should keep that in mind. I do want to not directly confirm, but I will. Just remember, Lil Lack is coming. Remember these words, or this word, gata.
I just fucking and mislead the hoe. I'ma treat the hoe. She been all up on my gram, but I don't see her though. Oh my god, she can pay rent on the gram, she a fraud. Damn, bought new titties, no car. How the fuck?